13,000 of these, the Dobby stripe cotton down blankets have been picked up. I have to say this today's special value for me specifically is very, very nostalgic. I grew up with down blankets. My mom was just a big, big fan, and she knew that this was the best way to get warm without all of the weight. She knew that this is such a great way to feel comfortable all winter long in something that's super, super breathable, easy to care for. At least this version is. The ones growing up, it wasn't for me then. And it gives you exactly what you want. The warmth, the comfort, and again, without the weight, and something that just feels so great. It's also super, super high end to have a down blanket. We've got great colors for you, but the price goes away at the end of the day. You'll also lose that easy pay, and it's the only down blanket today's special value of the year. So while it's a wonderful, wonderful gift, you want to make sure you get it now because we will not have another one for the rest of the year. Take a look at the easy pay on this. I can almost guarantee 20 some years ago, my mom was buying this for the family. They were not this inexpensive. We have a wonderful, wonderful price because it's from Northern Nights. We also have them all on easy pay, and you can get a twin, a full, a queen, or a king. You'd pay on a comparable retail value $169 to $200, and that is really little words. $59, about $100 off if you're getting the largest size. And look at how beautiful they are. I'm gonna take you over here to see the colors though. I just kind of love the white. I think that's chic, it's beautiful. This can obviously go underneath a comforter or something like that if you want, which again, if you live in those super, super cool climates, maybe that's what you're choosing to do. But I often do these and did as for my own kids now and my entire family. This is top of the bed and they look beautiful. White. There's also this one, which is called the Blossom. This is linen. I love the feel. This one right here is that bright white we were talking about. That is the gray. This one is the blue. And then this one is the deep sage. Deep sage, very limited right now. If you want the twin, we have 5 dozen left. 5 dozen in the full. We have 300 in the queen in that one, and only 2 dozen left in that deep sage. Most popular and very, very limited at this point as this price goes away at the end of the day, and that's the only today's special value that we will do on a down blanket for the rest of the year. No surprise on the sage, right, Linda Davies? That's her favorite right now. Come on in.
No surprise.
No surprise on the sage. Although I will tell you the one that I got is the gray. And we have one already on our bed. We use it underneath something else, but then at times it's all we use. But I got one for my daughter because she's all about warm and cozy and snuggly. So I got it in the gray.
And I know you love naturals. So
yes.
I know that this is very important to you because you've got that 100% cotton, 310 thread count. It's resting against your body. And then you've got down.
Yeah. I just love down. I mean, it really is. Oh, look, here's a whole thing of it. That's all down right there. It's so fluffy and feels so great, and it really gives you all that warmth. But you know what's interesting? I almost feel like it keeps you warm when it's supposed to, but it also allows you to stay cool when you need to.
I like to say it regulates.
That's a great way to say it.
Regulates your body temperature. And this is really pretty. A lot of thought went into this. So I'm going to give you the nuts and bolts of what we did here. You're getting oversized dimensions because, as you mentioned, you like to use it as top of bed.
Yep, I do.
Not only top of bed, we wanted you to be able to absolutely put this anywhere you are and tuck it in if you wanted to too. That's important. So we had to make it long enough that you could tuck it in. Then what we decided to do is we did this beautiful Dobby design. That's woven, just so you know. That's not printed on. And there's no feel to it. There's no texture, but it's visually appealing to your eyes. That's why I love it. And it elevates the look because you've got almost a little sateen and then you have the matte. Very, very pretty. We also have the squares that have 650 fill power in it. 500 starts luxury. And that fill power makes it nice and lofty. And with all of our down blankets, all of these squares are sewn down. Why is that important? Because when you're sleeping with it, it stays in its own little pillow, as I like to say, right?
Does it do, like, so
no
I
shifting.
do remember waking up and day after day having to, when I was a child and we had down blankets, having to get the down back into the different places because it would all get into one spot.
It would scoot over. You're absolutely right. The fact that you don't have to do that with this at all because it doesn't shift. And because there's no shift construction in it, it makes it so you can put it in the washing machine and the dryer.
Yeah, that's a huge difference too.
You're looking right here, you're looking at the fill power. You can tell that lofty glass jar full of 650 compared to the 300. That's a big difference. So when you kick it up that notch, you've now got it up a lot higher, right? And I love that because when you go like this, and you probably remember waking up in the morning, and even now, I always shake it out like this when I make the bed. And this is what I just love. I just love all the air going in there and all these little pillows becoming full.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And it feels so good. And it immediately, like you said, regulates the temperature.
Right.
How do you use a down blanket?
How do I use a down blanket? I use it several ways. In the summertime, this is my top of bed.
Yeah, exactly.
And I love that. And even sometimes in the wintertime, if I'm getting a little bit more chilly, I have the coldest feet known to mankind. So even in the air conditioning, this really helps me a lot. But sometimes when it's really chilly out, like in January and that cold rain's coming down, I might put something else on top. This becomes a layering piece for me personally.
Right.
I know a lot of people tend to sleep hot, and so this is probably all you need because remember, this regulates your body temperature. Not many people ever say, oh, I sleep hot with a down blanket. They will say with a down comforter, right? Because it's heavier. My kids tend to like this better because they are people that stick their feet out. They don't like anything on top of their feet.
So funny.
So this is very easy to do, and that becomes top of bed because they don't want to tuck it in.
Right. Yeah, that's so true. This, I don't think will ever leave your bed. We have one in the guest bed, and then we have like a really pretty coverlet over it. Like I said, from the time that my kids were babies, we put like little tiny down blankets over them. Here's more about what's the baffling.
So I love that. You're seeing those squares that I was just talking about, and then now you're seeing that little cluster. That's the cluster of down. You can see all the little filaments from it. That's when they get together inside of this. They kind of all connect back and forth. And when you saw that loft, when I shook this, that is what happens. And then all of these pockets are sewn down. And I think we have another animation we can show you that what it looks like if you had a side view of a pocket. And we're going to show it to you right now. And I think that is so interesting because that makes a difference between a lot of our down blankets and other people's. So you're seeing all those pockets are sewn down. And the down is inside. See how it's just filled up all throughout there? It's not going to shift. It's actually moving, and we're showing you it's not moving. The down blanket's moving, but the pockets aren't, and that's what's you wouldn't be able to wash this. Can you imagine washing this if these weren't sewn down?
No.
You'd have it all down to the side or on the end.
And the other thing, it's Northern Night, so you're not down's not escaping, and it's not ripping, and there's things like none of that is happening, which did happen in the old school down blankets that I grew up on. I need to remind you, this is a $169 to $259 value. Already the Deep Sage is almost gone in the Twin and Full and is gone in the King. We have it on 5 easy payments for you and upwards of $100 off the comparable retail value. That's for today and today only. The price does go away at the end of the day, and it's the only today special value that we will do all year long on a down blanket. It's super special, and this is the only time we do it. We are in gift giving season, so you have a January 31st, 2024 return policy on this, and I want you to think of who you need to give a gift to that's a little more impressive than just a throw. Now, granted, I've been known to use these as throws and be downstairs or on the couch.
Oh, the twin size. Don't you think the twin's perfect for that?
Perfect.
Perfect. Because you know why? Because it's washable too. Let's remember, if somebody spills, if you're having your tea at night or you're having your glass of wine or you're sitting with your kids and they spill something or your dog's with you. You can easily wash this. And that's what I love about these.
Yeah, my 7-year-old will sometimes still get a little scared in his room when he wants to sleep with us and things like that. And sometimes one of his sisters has already come in bed and there's no room left at the inn. And I'll be like, why don't you make a little bed next to our bed? And he'll put the down blanket down because it's super
I
cozy
did that all the time
and use
too.
it as the bottom.
Yes, because it is so wonderful. You can fold this in half and it just makes the perfect little small, almost small twin bed, right?
It's perfect.
I know.
But this is an impressive gift because this is more than a throw. This is year-round warmth. This is year-round temperature control. And something about down, I mean, it's the same with down jackets and down vests and things like that. When you see that down is in the title, you automatically know it's a higher end garment. It's the same thing with a throw or with a blanket. When you see down in the title, you know it's a higher end item. And it's more expensive, but not when you buy it as a today's special value. Here's your color choices.
Blossom.
That's really pretty.
Don't you think that has like, I'm going to call it like a peach undertone?
It does have a peach
very,
undertone.
very soft. And I'm telling you, it just looks so beautiful with whatever color you match it up
Yeah,
to.
it does. These are all great. These are all very, they almost remind me of like Barefoot Dreams colors, don't they? They're very
muted, very soft, very serene. Yes,
yeah, good one.
I love the linen. I think that is so pretty. It's got a little bit of a champagne-esque taste to it, but I really think it's great. Then you have the white. I just have to tell you a funny story. Mary Beth Rowe loves white down comforters and she loves white down blankets. So I have to tell you a nod to her that we made it in the white, and we're able to do that because our down is hyperallergenic. And what does that mean? It's clean down. It's washed and dried to remove all the dirt and dander. If it wasn't done that way, you'd be able to see the down through here, and like almost a little bit of gray, and you're not seeing it all. So
it's so funny. You're saying all the things that I remember as a child. My white down blanket, you could see through it.
Yes,
you could see the you see like
a little
the
bit of gray.
Inside.
Yes. And so that's why when you looked at our down over there, and even the down behind you, it's really, really, really clean. So I don't want you to have to worry about that.
Gray's very popular, by the way.
The gray is absolutely gorgeous. Treat these three right here as a neutral, and I dare say the blossom you could use as a neutral.
They're all great neutrals, yeah.
And then you've got the blue here. How would you describe this blue? Because it's not a denim blue. I kind of thought of it as a man's work shirt with a suit, with a gray suit.
It's kind of chambray, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very pretty. And we use this, like you said, Barefoot Dreams colors. I think that's great.
Sage
and then, of course,
is super popular.
You know, sorry to say I'm going to have to pick another color. And you're going to have to decide which one you think I'll pick, because I know the sage is going to sell out. And if you got the sage, good for you, because you can decorate with so much of this.
Twin all the way to a king in this. And remember, this is Northern Nights. This is our own proprietary brand here at QVC. That it's amazing. You know, I don't work for other retailers, though I would assume that other retailers wish that they could get their hands on Northern Nights, because the brand has made such a name for itself and is so synonymous with high-end quality linens. So you're finding all the Northern Nights things with this blanket.
Oh, most definitely you are. The whole day has been that way. I know you and I are going to be doing a feather bed that's coming up.
Yes, that's amazing.
We've got the wrinkle defense sheets that match back to this, and everybody's been screaming for wrinkle defense. I love that. To me, this is stepping up the luxury level, right? I love when you're using down, because it just absolutely means luxury. And it feels good too, though, and it lasts forever. We had a caller today, Kirsten, that said she had bought one 20 years ago and still going strong. And the reason she bought one today, she just wanted one of the colors.
Oh, did she?
Yes. And I thought, wow, that really is a testament to how long these do last.
They do. King in the white is gone. King in the deep sage is gone. I mean, the value on the king, if you can do it, $159 versus almost $259 is really, really, really a great price. And just look at how beautiful it looks just on its own. You don't need to put anything on top of it.
You really don't. That's why we call it top of bed. When I first started with Northern Nights, they always were telling me that they made them for top of bed if need be. We do have matching shams, by the way, to make it, if you want to do that, to give it that whole top of bed look. But we make sure they have enough drape, and that's what you can make it top of bed.
Right.
And what else do you need? Here's shams back here that would go with the linen, and the look is done. But I love combining these two together. The linen and the blue. I think it's so pretty.
And look, I have the blossom. I mean, the blossom even looks beautiful.
The blossom looks,
blue.
I know, it looks gorgeous.
Yeah, really, really,
and the
really
blossom
pretty.
even looks good with a darker blue. That's my next color, if you asked me.
What, blossoms where you're going to pivot to?
Yeah, I am
From
pivoting.
the sage?
I have to. I'm cheating on the sage.
She's been
I
a
know.
sage fan
since February.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But I love that blossom. I think it's so unique. I haven't seen that anywhere.
Yeah, it's really gorgeous. It's like a, it's got like a little bit of rose, but I agree with the peach undertones in it.
I'm thinking of the Christmas tree there with all those colors.
It's totally that.
It is. I think that's what I'm drawn to.
Yeah, I am too. Because it's almost pink, which is
Right.
very, very on trend right now, but it's not 100%. Just look at the smushiness of this. Like, that's the thing. This is such a It just feels like we need to make teddy bears out of this.
And you want to know something? You're touching a full, so
Yeah.
I just want to let you know, if we hold that out, you're going to see the oversized dimensions of that. But you can really cuddle. There's a major cuddle factor. If we were going to rate this for cuddles from 1 to 10, I would say it's a 10. It feels that good.
It does. It's super, 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 super cuddly. And you can machine wash it.
And tumble dry. I mean, you can't do that normally with a down comforter. There's so many things that you can use this, like which